Alrighty. Hello and welcome. We'll get started. I'll have to apologize because Tate's walking home with the boys and they'll probably come in here. Turner loves this whole video stuff. If I'm even watching a video, he'll come in and try to say hi. I'm like, they can't hear you.
That's
Um,
awesome.
I just want to go over some announcements quick. The first one is if you guys saw the beach bars this month are 10% off, which is awesome. I love those beach bars. And that is, you hopefully you saw me post on our team page the Take Back the Kitchen lunchbox thing and the requirements for that for people to get, which is the beach bars. And with having them 10% off is an awesome deal. So be sure to either order some yourself to try them to give out samples or tell people about those. Another one is I just got the email tonight, actually. Hi, Erin. I just got an email tonight that Daily Sunshine is being reduced in price temporarily after August 15th, so after tomorrow, or starting tomorrow, from $130 to $100. And then as a coach, it's only $75. And so that is, you guys will probably all get an email as well. And then there's the big sweat going on this Saturday, August 18th at 8:18 a.m. Check out FAQ 818. Imagine that, it's 8:18. For that, you have a chance to win $818 by just sharing some stuff on Insta stories and using certain hashtags. I know Carl has been talking about it, but if you go into your Coach Back office and go under Coach Breaking News, you will see all these announcements I just said, besides the Take Back the Kitchen, the Lunchbox edition. That'll all be in Ignition Mission, but I will be sure to share all the important information regarding that so that you guys have the information to be able to share with your coaches, your prospects, all that kind of stuff, the requirements for people to get those weekly lunchbox things that they're doing. So I know that Amber and Jake are coming out with a timeline, and I'm assuming in the next day or so, because Thursday is the day that we're going to start promoting that for our prospects. And do you have any other announcements, Erin, at all? I just had those ones that I wrote down.
I don't think so. No, I think that sounds good.
Okay. Then we have Rachel, going to be in the hot seat tonight. Rachel has been doing amazing. You guys see her name everywhere. And so I just thought we would ask, Erin and I came up with a few questions. And so I thought we would just ask her. Hold on, I'm going to shut the door. Ask her a few questions. And so and then you guys open up, you can put your questions if you have any in the chat feature on the side. If you're on your phone, there's an, if you go under participants and then go under chat, you can put any questions you have there. Otherwise on the computer, there is a chat feature that you can ask any questions that you want to either to Rachel privately or on here, and she'll be sure to answer those. So the first question that, okay, of course, yeah. So, Rachel, what have you found to work to be helpful with signing people up as a discount coach right away versus a customer?
So with all of these, I hope I have the right answer.
There's no right answer. It's just you doing your thing.
Yes. So honestly, with this one, I don't give them an option. And I don't know if that's bad, but the way I lay it out for them, I don't put options as to what that is. It's pretty much just laying that option out, and basically I'm feeling out like what package would be best for them, like whether it's 2B mindset, 80-day obsession, lift for that kind of thing. I start there, and then once they say like, yes, I love it, I'm in, then I kind of tell them that there's an option. I call it being a preferred customer versus being, I guess, a discount coach, because I've noticed that coach piece really scares people away. And I know it did for me. So there's a part of that I'll have that conversation with them too. Like when you go, I tell them when you go in and register, like everything's going to come up as a coach. And that doesn't mean that you have to be an active coach. So kind of just going through that stuff step by step. Yeah, and then I really emphasize the piece. It's about saving 25%. If that's somebody that's going to have Shakeology ongoing, I mean, you're saving money already every month by doing it. So really just pointing out the pros of it, and then letting them know, like, if it's not the right fit for you, let me know and we can figure something else out. But I haven't really had too much pushback on that piece. And I had one coach that did join under that, and she dropped it within the first month because she really didn't feel like Shakeology was a fit for her. But beyond that, I haven't really had any issues with that.
That's awesome. It's funny you say that, because Erin had reached out to another coach and she had said that's one thing they're doing with building their team is like just discount is the only option they give.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never even thought of that. So I'm just a frugal person that I give that option, but I don't like say that's the only one, And
Yeah.
so that's awesome that you're doing that. So awesome job.
Yeah, and like I said, I hope that it wasn't, I knew it wasn't wrong, but like I just haven't had anybody that has said like, I don't feel like that's right for me. If they did, that's where I feel like I would then have, well, there's other options. Let's explore like what might be a better fit for you.
Yeah, the only thing I've ever had people say is like, whoa, I don't want to be a coach. And I'm like, no. Just like you can sign up to be a distributor for somebody else and just get the discount. Like that's what I am with Norwex. I just love the discount,
Yep.
so I'm considered a distributor. But I just do it for the discount. So
I think for me, it helped that I had that reaction when I registered, because I think the reason I did this is because I don't remember Amanda telling me anything about being a discount coach. And when I went to fill out the stuff, I was like, whoa, what am I signing up for? What is this? Like, this is way too many words. I did not want to be a coach. And she's like, no, calm down. It's going to be fine.
I think I remember her talking to me about that.
So then I feel like I'm taking that same approach, and I'm like, well, it worked with me, so hopefully it'll just be passing it on.
Yes.
Yep. So that's where I'm at with that.
All right. Erin can ask the next question in case my boys come back in here.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
So my question, Rachel, is do you have like a favorite training or like YouTube video or something that you've seen either on our team or from a coach in the network that has really spoken to you, and how has it helped you if there is one you can think of?
Right. That one was really hard for me because, I try to watch just as much as I can in general. And in honesty, like I really follow Bridget's stuff very closely. I follow Amber's stuff really closely. And both of them are just a really good fit for me and kind of how they talk about stuff, the encouragement, all of that. And that's what's been most useful. When it comes to that training piece, I, in all honesty, have not even completed like the Team Rise Up complete training. I'm trying to get through it little bits at a time, but I haven't dug, a ton into that. And for me, the biggest piece that keeps me going is just the personal development stuff. The different books that I'm listening to on audio, like I just finished Girl Wash Your Face, stuff like that. That's just very positive, encouraging, uplifting, because for me, it's more just remembering to hang in there. Like they're not all going to be good days. It's all not going to go well all the time. And that's just part of it. So yeah, those have been the big ones for me.
I love that. Do you, besides Girl Wash Your Face, do you have any other personal development books you've read recently that you've also enjoyed?
Well, The Miracle Morning is the other one. I'm probably about 3/4 way through that. I'm loving that one. What is the one, the badass? I have that one sitting there too that I want to read, because I read that one a couple years ago. I feel like it's been now, so I feel like I need to revisit that one. But it's all kind of those similar, pieces. Bridget, you just sent me a new book, and I haven't had a chance.
Effect?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the next one kind of on my list too that I haven't read. But yeah, Girl Wash Your Face and Miracle Morning are the two right now that I'm really enjoying. Yeah.
What when it comes to the people that have joined you and for you helping them, where have you found them? Were they friends and family? Where?
Yeah, so I know you were asking how you worded it. It was kind of warm market, cold market, and I felt like it's somewhere in between. So I'm feeling like the people that I have found are people that I've known at some point in my life, but it's been like years since I've worked with them, since I went to grad school with them. Like they're people that know me, but they're not necessarily people that are super close. It's not like my family members. One or two of the people are coworkers. So they would be, I would say, like my warmest market for sure. But others, the biggest piece that I guess I've learned so far is just like initiating conversations. And I'm realizing by doing that, there's a lot more people watching than I think there is. Because I'll post stuff and there'll be like 5 or 10 likes. And a lot of times it's you guys that are liking it or following it. And the people that are commenting on it is like my mom, my mother-in-law, people that, are just following what I'm doing. And then out of the blue, the people that are reaching out to me are not people that have liked or commented. And they'll just be like, this has been such an inspiration. What are you doing? I reached out to like Tyler's going into kindergarten, and I was reaching out just to some of his like preschool mates' parents to see if they had the same teacher. And all over the place, people are like, what are you doing? Like, I'm interested. I want more information. So it wasn't even that I was like inviting them to our challenge groups. It was just having like random conversations. And then that's kind of where it went.
Yeah, it's crazy how many people are actually seeing our stuff, yet they don't do anything with it, which is fine. Yeah. I'm just surprised they're actually seeing it, because I've had conversations even in the neighborhood where they've talked to me about stuff, and I'm like, wow, I forgot we were even friends on Facebook, because I never see their stuff, so I never assume they see my stuff.
Yes. So I think that's just really important to remember, is like there's tons of people watching that you have no idea are watching. And at some point when the time is right, I really believe that they will, reach out.
Exactly. Erin, did you want to ask one of your next questions?
Yeah, well, let's see. You kind of already answered this, Rachel. One of my questions was about like what continues to help you overcome like fear, self-doubt, questioning, hesitations with reaching out to people. Like, is there anything that's really helped you kind of start to get over some of that and continue your reach out outside of like your warm market, so to speak? Because I know like for me as a coach, when I've been in it a little bit over 2 years now, like I know when I first started, one of my hardest pieces was trying to figure out how do I get over this fear of reaching out to people that I don't really know, that don't, or I haven't talked to in forever. Like, how can I like help myself start to get over that?
Right.
So I'd love to hear a little bit of your perspective on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I think the nature of the profession that I'm in helps me with that. Like, this is stuff that I do all of the time. I think, so I'm a psychologist, and for me, this stuff is all practicing what I preach. Like, this is the stuff that I'm teaching other people to do, like day in and day out. And I did realize it was time for me to start doing it myself. So I can really just use a lot of, like my continuing ed and my education to help me get over those things, just because I have that foundation. And that were great questions, because it really did make me kind of figure out like what is that stuff, and it's all of those things like having patience, being consistent. I do find a lot of times that I need to remember my why. Like, why am I doing this? I'm not doing this to try and make money. I'm not doing this to try and get those clients, purchase a product. It's more about that, like, this has changed my life in such a positive way, and I want everybody to be able to experience this, and just always remembering that, like, I'm not reaching out to these people because I want their money. I'm reaching out to them because I truly believe there's a better way of, doing things. So just trying to remind myself of those things. Yeah, it kind of like I touched on before, recognizing they're not all going to be good days. There's going to be bad days. But I think we're always planting seeds, and it just takes time. We continue to nourish those seeds, and eventually they will grow. And, I do believe, again, that those people are going to reach out. Yeah. And remembering, I guess for me, it's that other piece too. I often find myself preaching about the only person we can control is ourselves, right? And doing those pieces of taking care of us, living the program, showing what we're doing, talking about what we're doing, and hoping that they see that and decide that's something, that they want to. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's so important.
Yeah. And I was trying to think, sorry, what's up?
Oh, I was going to say, have you faced a lot of objections at all when having conversations?
Yeah, so that was the one. That was a really great question too, because, the biggest objection that I receive is just silence, that people just don't respond. They don't respond to invitations to the challenge group. Sometimes I even just reach out, like thanking them for support. And again, it's like, are they even getting this message? Because like there's nothing. So I would have to say that that's the big one. And then the second one is, I can't afford it, so when we put the price tag on it, them saying like, I can't afford it. And that one for me, for a while, like I really backed off and I was like, I can't keep talking to these people because I don't want to create a financial burden for someone. And then I thought about it, and I remember being in that exact same position. Like I remember how hard it was taking that leap and paying that $160 and being like, what am I doing? I questioning that stuff and realizing, like, now looking back, it was one of the best investments I've ever made, so really just openly and honestly talking with them about that. And knowing too that that's probably just an indicator that the time is not right now for them, whether it is truly financial or if they're just not ready to start this journey. And then I basically just write their names down on a piece of paper. And then once a month I go back and, just ask them like, hey, how's it going? Here's some new stuff we have going on. Does any of this interest you? And just kind of continuing that conversation. I've never had any rejections from that. It seems like they appreciate me checking in with them. And then, it feels like they're just getting more open and honest each time we talk about, what really is going on, whether it's family issues or sick kids or, whatever it is. And you're just kind of developing that relationship. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So those are the two biggest ones that I've had, but I haven't had a ton of rejections unless you count silence. Then I get it all over the place.
Ghosted is what I like to call
it. Yes.
You get ghosted a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Erin, did you have another question?
Yeah, I have one more.
Okay.
And you already kind of answered this too, Rachel, but my last question was about like, why did you decide to coach and what helps you to keep going every day?
Yeah. So my deciding to coach definitely, number one is just fueled by wanting to share this with other people. Like I knew it was crazy, but I remember driving into work day 10 of having my Shakeology. I wasn't even into like the fitness working out part of it yet. And there's just something where I was like, I know that I'll do this someday. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from. I didn't know when that would be, but I knew that was there. And then of course, Bridget and some of the other challengers too, just really encouraged me. And eventually it was enough where I was like, I would be good at this. And I feel like I need to share this with other people. So it was definitely the support on the end of the challenge groups that I was in. And them just giving me really positive feedback. I got really kind of engaged in the challenge groups. And then what ultimately tipped it was co-coaching that 80-day obsession group with Bridget, and me kind of feeling like I was getting a feel for what it would be like to coach. And I was like, I can do this, because Bridget can tell you, I was like waiting for that perfect time to start coaching. And that was always my response to her. Like, no. I have to wait till I get like all of these other things in my life in order. I need to wait till like this list is done and that's done and this is cleaned. And it never happened. And in all reality, like it hasn't happened yet. So I still wouldn't be doing it if I was just waiting.
That's Cassie too. We had the same conversation with Cassie.
Yes. And obviously the other piece is anything that can help pay for, I definitely started doing it more to just start paying for my products because I love them, you know, and I feel like I just keep loving more and more of them. So I'm using Shakeology, Energize, Recover, the beach bars, and I just don't want that to be something that creates a financial burden, you know, knowing that this isn't another bill that I'm creating at least. So that's been just nice part of it too, and is a really good motivator. But it's definitely it's so much fun helping and seeing the people that I'm helping, especially like the 2 coworkers. I see them every day and they come in my office and they're like, oh, I'm so sore, you know, and all this stuff. And it's just so much fun to see the changes that people are making. So, yeah.
It truly is. Does anybody else have any questions they want to ask Rachel at all? Just raise your hand and I can unmute you pretty fast. Thank you so much for sharing, Rachel.
Yeah, I hope it's helpful. Like I said, it's not like a magic answer by any means, but I know that's not what you guys are looking for. Yeah.
But no, it's very, very helpful. And so it's just, that's how simple it is really though. It's just like the conversations and being consistent with your posting so people are seeing it. Mm-hmm. And it's, I always think of it like this too, because this is how I am when I'm, like if I'm having a conversation with someone and I'll sometimes forget that I have to follow up with them until I see one of their posts. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. I was talking to that person. And so then I'll message them. But I feel like that's the same way with people that maybe see my posts. And they're like, oh, that's right. I was going to message her to ask her about it. So that's why I'm always like consistency with either showing up on Instagram stories or with a post. So it reminds people that I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. And if you need help, I'm willing to help.
Yeah, absolutely. And I haven't figured out, I guess it's not that I haven't figured it out, but I haven't put much time into that cold market piece. That's just not something that I've gotten into yet. So I know that that'll be kind of a next piece that I'll have to start, you know, kind of exploring and working on in expanding.
Yeah. And you're, even me 2 years in, like one of the people I just helped this month is someone that's my warm market. Like she reached out to me finally after 2 years. So it's like one of those things, like your warm market is still seeing it and they'll reach out when they're ready and everything. So, but being able to tap into your cold market eventually is nice. But yeah, as you continue to just continually post and, you know, grow on social media, then it will happen.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if anybody doesn't have any questions, we will end this. I will post the recording and the team page so that you guys can watch it back if you need to. But if anybody's watching the recording after the fact, if you have any questions for Rachel, don't hesitate to shoot them in the comments below. And I'm sure she'd be happy to answer them.
Absolutely. One other thing I just thought of, I don't know if you guys follow, like I've noticed lately, especially with the Take Back the Lunchbox stuff, Jake has been posting a lot of like ideas to post about, and that's been super helpful for me. Like today I just did a post and it was based off of, you know, just like what his words kind of reminded me, like these are good things. So that's been really helpful. If anybody is not following, I guess, that or not seeing that on a regular basis, I found that helpful in thinking of new, maybe deeper posts to kind of put it on. So yeah. So and yeah, Andrea, you said this is a great idea. That is what I struggle with, what to post. Yeah, so sometimes even, and Hillary did this in Ignition Mission too. She's a fellow coach, and she puts in, she'll think of stuff randomly. This is what I do too. If I think of ideas, I'll put it in the notes part of my phone if it's, I don't have the time to create a post. And also with pictures, if I have some pictures, I'll edit them, and then you can save them as drafts in Instagram. And so that's nice to have for when there is a time that you want to post something. But Jake is putting a lot of things out there for this Take Back the Kitchen Lunchbox edition, and they're going to have scripts and everything like that to help us with that. Right.
So just know that will be available. And when he does post it, Rachel, if you don't see me post it to the team page, you can go ahead and do that, because sometimes I do miss some of their posts I find. I'm like, I never knew they posted this in there. So, but I do plan to share all that on our team page so you guys will see it.
Okay. Yep. Perfect.
Well, thanks guys for joining us. Have a wonderful night. Talk to you later. Thank you, Rachel, so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.